I literally just found out that every time that I've ever thought I was having deja vu,
Okay, conspiracy theory from someone who gets deja vu, deja reve, as she talks about it, and you can get more information from her video. And also conspiracy theory from someone who, like some of the people in the comment section, mine operates as it's like right before it's about to happen, and or simultaneously as the thing is occurring, I receive an adjustment, which means a change in a course of action. So that's not going to make sense, and unless you got the bit of the tism, bit of the everything. Having a bit of the tism and being black, as many people have commented, it actually comes with built-in DNA knowledge that people don't realize it, but that's black folks' business. But I'll say this: conspiracy theory. See the dark circles. I'm about to go to bed. It's Christmas season. No one's sleeping. Conspiracy theory. Time perceived by humans is a perception that is flawed. So you are a being who has access to it all. What appears to be past, what appears to be present, and what appears to be future. It's technically collapsed all into, think of it as a sheet of paper. You are perceiving past, present, future because you are perceiving based on a spectrum of light and possibility. If you have access to it all, which you technically do, the only way you're going to be able to unfurl yourself from what is really a limited depth of perception, it's a perception problem that humans have. I do not know, like my conspiracy theory, I have many of them, but this conspiracy theory I think is important because hopefully it'll help people in their present understand that a lot of the things that they think about reality are really flawed, right? So the fact that most people will dehumanize another human and rationalize like the taking of that person's life is somehow justified because they're not really in on the same level of human as they are, that has to go. And it's because of this perception problem. So if you can, this is conspiracy theory, if you can bring a person into a sense of reality in which they are horribly connected with their present, meaning it's all about now, all about me, all about what I can get out of a situation, all about my present, how I perceive things. It's narcissism. So if you were thinking of it from, and this is all conspiracy theory, if you were thinking of it from this is just a simulation thing, as I've theorized before, you would use pain to keep someone present. They're trapped in the present, and you can keep them in a cycle of being only able to perceive their present, although they have the capacity to perceive more than just what is going on. So you use pain, you use stress, you would use those type like narcissism to keep them trapped inside of the simulation and the experience, because the brain would want to set itself free once it begins to experience stimuli that an ongoing stimulus that makes it's almost like being forced to breathe, makes you realize, hey, this is not it, this is not my reality. I want to wake up to who and what I truly am. My conspiracy theory is that is what goes into affecting the whole narcissism, keeping you present and preventing you from being able to have access to past, present, and future, which is simultaneous, is really it is something that was forced upon humanity. Again, this is all conspiracy theory, but it's because something went and cut the cord and the capacity to understand that past, present, and future are ever present, and that technically you are an ever present being, when you can split people's focus into past, present, and future, and all they can see is they can remember the past, and they're sitting in a present that they are presently feeling and that they're presently trapped in. It's like a hell cycle. Okay, so conspiracy theory. You then, it's a form of enslavement, right? Sorry, my little thingy. It's a form of enslavement. And if you can do that, and so then the question is, because I was like, okay, this would make a good something or another. The question then becomes, why do it? Are people who are experiencing deja vu, deja rêve, people who experience that stage at which you are asleep and you can hear. Like, I, ever since I was a little kid, I've dreamt about being in a box, trapped inside of a spaceship. I wake up and I can hear, like, I can hear the sounds of like air cycling, and I can hear metallic sounds, and my mind tells me you have to take a deep breath and you have to go back to sleep, right? And then when I wake up, I'm then back inside of like my present reality. Like, many of us have had this like dream. So I, and that's why I began to have this conspiracy theory, because I have the deja reve, I have the deja vu, I have the a few seconds before a situation manifests, I will know that it's about to occur. So it gives me a little bit of time to avoid like what's going to occur. And a lot of people, I found that a lot of people are experiencing this. So I've come up with this theory. I don't know. Anybody else late at night doing, should be asleep, but they're TikToking, have this understanding, because I really do think that there's something to it. And that what would be cool, though, what would be cool, what would be horrifying with what's going on, is that if this is a simulation, right, and our present our dystopian present kind of forces people into trying to find some comfort in believing possibly that reality isn't reality, and I think that's not the case, but it's kind of fun, right? Because I'm also a writer, so I'm up late. Okay, so what if we are truly traveling from one place to another? I mean, I theorize that space travel really can't be done by things that are in the flesh, and that you have to take something down to its basic, more ever present form, which would then you would be able to take it in and out of time, because you would need to be in an ever present form in order to not be affected by time, because time is just a perception filter, right? Anybody see, this is what some of us do who like sci-fi. But conspiracy theory, time is just a perception filter. It's a way to force yourself in your mind to engage with a very specific part of the ever present, which is having perception of the past, but then having to deal with the present, all while managing what the past has done to you. And if you were creating a simulation, that would be what you would focus on, because you technically wouldn't be able to keep people engaged with your simulation, because once it becomes not fun and two people are tired of it, you literally would need to have something that kind of puts a bit in the mouth and reins them back in and forces them back into a certain perspective, time and space, and time would be what you would use to do that. I don't know. I don't know. Who else is out there who thinks like this late at night when they should be sleeping?